Hey my lovelies, welcome back to another episode of the Euro Cooking Canuck. Once again, thanks so kindly for joining me, spending part of your day with me. I do appreciate it very much. Guys, on today's segment of Memories of Macedonia, I'm going to be showing you something we call piroshki. And what piroshki is, guys, is the only way I can really describe it to you would be like a croquette. I've also heard the term turnover, and this is the reason why that there are more recipes for piroshki than there are cooks in all of the Balkans, Eastern Europe, and Russia combined. There are many takes on this, guys. Some people do it my way, which is with flour and potatoes. Some use straight up flour. Others use crepes. Some are breaded, some are not breaded, some are folded, some are rolled. You get my point, guys. What I'm going to show you today is what I consider the classic Macedonian piroshki, Piroshki 101 if you want to call it. I've had this recipe when I go to the city of Prilep in a very traditional Macedonian recipe, and I love it. As far as fillings go, guys, we'll get into more of that topic once we get there. So guys, without further ado, let's head in the kitchen and make amazing Macedonsko piroshki. Ajde! Guys, welcome to the kitchen countertop. As usual, all of the ingredients and amounts I'm using will be below in the description bar. Just click on show more. So guys, the first thing we're going to do to start our piroshki is I have some boiled potatoes here, which were peeled. And I'm going to just stick them in my ricer here. Guys, if you don't have a ricer, just mash them, not a problem. This just makes the potatoes really small and fluffy. So I'll continue with this and then show you the next step. Alright guys, all my potatoes are in my bowl here. Now, while my potatoes were boiling, halfway through, I just warmed up some milk until it was tepid and added 1 sachet of yeast with a scant pinch of sugar. You don't really need to because the yeast will eat off the sugars in the milk. But as you can see, this is bloomed. Guys, with instant yeast, you actually don't need to do this, but I like to because what happens if your yeast is dead and you put it in here, you ruined a whole recipe. So just take the extra step. It takes 10 minutes. So I'm going to add my milk and yeast mixture. Give this a stir. Smells nice and yeasty. To which I'm going to add 2 egg yolks. I've separated 2 room temperature eggs yolks, and I have the whites reserved for later. So we'll stick those in. Give that a mix around. My water. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my flour, give this a mix, and basically guys, we're just forming a dough here. And then I'm going to add some seasoning, some salt. I'm using pink Himalayan. You guys can use sea salt or pink Himalayan. Just don't use iodized, guys. So go ahead and mix your dough up now. And continue mixing, and I'll bring you back when this all pulls together. Okay guys, my dough's come together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave it in this bowl, and I'm just going to cover it with a tea towel, and we're going to let this rest for 30 to 40 minutes in a warm spot, and then I'll bring you back. Hey guys, what I have in this bowl is some pre-cubed Kashkaval cheese. You can shred this if you like. I think in this recipe the cubes are a little bit better, but if you want, you can shred it. Guys, Kashkaval is easy to find nowadays. If you can't find Kashkaval, which has a beautiful nutty flavor, you can go with a Mozzarella or perhaps a Gouda or Gouda, something that melts very nicely. Here what I have from my deli counter is some beautiful smoky ham. So what I want to do is I want to, and they're thinly sliced, guys, very thinly sliced. Try not to use the pre-packaged lunch meat kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically cube this and do the same thing. While I'm doing this, guys, I wanted to touch base with you on the fillings. This is pretty much the classic Macedonian piroshki with cheese and ham. If you are a vegetarian, you can obviously omit the ham. Mushrooms and cheese, always a classic winner. You can put in what you like. You can put in ground minced beef and pork, any minced meat that you prefer. You can use turkey instead of the ham. You can use pepperoni or other dried sausage meats. Guys, the possibilities are really endless. But like I said, I wanted to show you kind of the classic piroshki that's served in Macedonia. So I'm going to continue to finely dice or mince up my ham here. I'll add it to my Kashkaval, and then we'll let that dough rest, and then I'll show you what we do with it next. Hey guys, so our dough has been rising for about 40 minutes or so, and as you can see, it has gotten quite large, more than doubled in size. So I'm going to take this out of my bowl, and just going to punch it down a bit. And I'm just going to use a little bit of flour. On my board. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to roll this out into a log. And I'm going to use, let's use half for now. Okay, put that aside. So roll this into a log as even as you can. If you prefer, you can roll this out into one large sheet and cut your pieces out. That's another option. So what we're going to do now from here is we're going to cut this into even pieces. You don't want them too small, you don't want them too big either. So and we'll test one, we'll see. Probably a bit small. So roll these into balls. And then what you're going to do is continue in this fashion with all of your balls of dough with the other half. But what I'm going to show you what we're going to do to prepare for our piroshki, to fill them. It's a little bit flat there. And just go ahead and you're going to roll this out. You don't want it too thick, guys, but you don't want it paper thin either, like pasta. Alright, so you get the idea, guys. You want to roll this out. And that is a pretty good size. Try if you can to get it rectangular in shape. Okay, so we're going to continue with the rest of my balls, and I'll bring you back and show you what I do then. Alright guys, now I have all of the balls rolled out. Now is the time to bring out your filling. And as you can see, it's cut into little cubes. The cheese, it makes it distribute better, I think, than shredded. So, we're going to make our piroshki. Let me see, I'll put this here for now so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to get a bit of filling. You can use a spoon. I like using my hands because I feel like I get more control. So, you're going to add your filling on the end closest to you. Roll it over and give it a little bit of a press. And then fold the edges in, like so. Like you're doing a wrap, guys, or a burrito. Okay, I hope you can see that. And then you're going to roll it up. And there's your piroshki. Just make sure that everything is sealed. And just place this aside for the time being. So, I can show you one more. Don't want to bore you guys too much, but sometimes people ask or want to see a replay. And if you need to put some flour on your board, which I think I do, go ahead. Just, you know, a little pinch at a time. You don't want to add too much flour. And just turn it. This needs to be a little flour. There we go. It can be a bit fiddly, but like I said, guys, if you prefer, roll your dough out into a huge sheet and cut them into portions if that's easier for you. Whatever makes your life easier, you do you. Okay, that looks good. And again, some filling. Guys, it depends how much filling you like. I mean, you can put more, you can put, you know, just don't overstuff them because obviously they'll break on you. Okay. And again, guys, it's the fillings. Mashed potatoes, cheese and mushrooms, leeks and onions. It's endless, guys. Salami, it's up to you. So, fold over, press down, fold the sides, and then roll, like a cabbage roll. And there's another piroshki. So I'm going to continue in this fashion, guys. I'm going to roll all of my piroshki out and stuff them, and then I'll show you when they're all done what I do with them after that. All my piroshki are rolled. Guys, don't worry if they're not all the exact same size. It doesn't matter. You're not a machine. As long as you don't have, you know, one huge one and the rest are all tiny or they're all odd shaped. But if they're similar in shape, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right, so I'm just put these aside for a moment. Flour everywhere. What I have in these two bowls, oh, and guys, I do have a little bit of leftover filling. Because actually my butcher gave me more than I needed, and I know that the cheese was more than I needed. Just throw this in an omelet or a salad. Fabulous, don't throw it away. Right, So I have some breadcrumbs here in this bowl. I'm not going to over season them. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt. That's about it. And in my other bowl, if you reserved your egg whites, this is the time to plop them in there. Guys, if you find you're running out of egg whites to coat your piroshki, just crack another egg in there. It's not a big deal. So go ahead and season your egg whites with some salt and some cracked black pepper to your taste. And even if you like, you can put some hot chili flakes, some Bukowska biber in here, or some paprika, up to you. Okay. And also guys, when you're sealing your piroshki, if you find they're giving you trouble, just dip your finger in a little bit of water on the edges to seal the last roll. Right, so what we're going to do now, obviously, is we're going to coat our piroshki. So, into the egg, like so, and then into the breadcrumb mixture. Should have got another fork. Okay, so roll those around. And then, once it's coated, place it aside to rest, and then continue with the rest. Let it rest so you can do the rest. So into the egg, and into the breadcrumb mixture. And you're going to continue with all of your piroshki in this way. As with anything that's breaded, guys, it's always good to let them rest for just a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do with my piroshki. So I'm going to continue like this, guys. And when they're all breaded, that's when you'll see me next. Alright guys, piroshki is all ready. I'm just going to let these sit for a bit while I go ahead and heat up the oil. And let's get cooking. Hey guys, welcome to the stove top. What I have in my deep-sided skillet here is some vegetable oil coming up to temperature. To test it, I have a little teeny piece of piroshki I'm going to drop in here, and if it sizzles like it is, we know that it's ready, and I'm going to take this out. Guys, do this in batches. Your temperature of your oil will drop slightly as you add them in, but you do not want to overcrowd, that is for sure. So while your piroshki rest, they do like a second proofing, second rising, and that's normal. So go ahead and gently place in your piroshki. Like I said, don't overcrowd your pan, guys. 3 is a good number at a time. You don't want your oil too hot because it will overflow, but you don't want it too cool because it won't crisp up and it won't absorb. I'm sorry, and it won't. It'll just absorb into your piroshki. It won't crisp them. So. They don't take long, you're just looking for a little brown color, and they will kind of float a little bit, slightly. Just don't let them stick to the bottom. You should put enough oil to pretty much almost come up pretty much 3/4 of the way up. And then you can see how quickly that takes color. And you hear that? How nice and crispy that is. So your oil, like I said, should be kind of a gentle boiling, you know, gentle rolling boil. Oh, nice and crisp, guys. Everything inside really doesn't need to be cooked per se. I mean, of course, we have our dough, which we want to, you know, cook through, but it doesn't take long because it was rolled out thinly. And as long as you get some color, then you're doing good. Just keep some paper towel lined plate on the side to receive your piroshki, just so you can dab off excess oil. These are looking great. They're sounding wonderful. And they're just about ready to come out. So when that happens, I'll bring you back and we'll do another batch, guys. And then we'll eat, we'll play. Guys, these are beautifully colored. They're golden brown. You don't want them too dark. So go ahead and remove those. Whoops. Be careful when dealing with hot oil. Remove those to your paper-lined plate. And gently, being very careful not to splash, start your next batch. Guys, I'm going to continue till all of my piroshki are golden brown and beautiful, and then we'll plate up. Hey guys, piroshki is all done. They're beautiful, the place smells great. Lovely and crispy. Guys, these are served usually with some lemon wedges and some kisela pavlika, which is sour cream, or I've also seen it with a tartar sauce. So if you want, you can make the tartar sauce with sour cream with chopped up dill pickle or gherkin. It's up to you. Guys, I hope you give this a go. It's a wonderful recipe. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna serve this with a side salad of a Macedonsko salata, which is a Macedonian salad. And guys, everyone will love this. It makes a lot. One or two is really filling, guys. As a matter of fact, when you order this in the restaurants in Macedonia, they ask you how many pieces you want. It doesn't come like a, 10 on your plate. 2 is usually my max. So guys, thank you so much for watching this segment of Memories of Macedonia here with the Euro Cooking Canuck. I really appreciate all your comments. Please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you join me. Give me a thumbs up and come and see me on Facebook. I will put the link below. Be a couple of pics to follow, guys, and we'll see you next time. Follow Nogo, ajde prijedno, ajde, ciao.